How we doing, guys?
You were talking to your team after the game. You were talking about recapturing your DNA. Do you feel you did some elements of that in that game last night? And what was the overall just tone of that?
Yeah, I don't want to get into too much detail about what we talked to our team about in the locker room or our team meeting, but there's no question we needed to play our kind of game yesterday. And I thought we did that. I thought we did that in all three phases of our team. It was going to be a physical game. I thought our guys on the offensive line did a really good job coming off the ball and controlling the line of scrimmage against a really good defensive front. Obviously, our ability to run the football was critical for us, not only offensively, but I thought it helped our whole football team. On the flip side of it, a number one priority for us defensively was to get lined up and stop the run against them. I thought we did a good job of both of those things. I thought we got aligned. I thought we did a good job playing fundamentally sound, disciplined run defense. I thought we were physical at the point of attack. We did a good job stopping their runner. Their runner's an elite player, and they do an outstanding job in their running game. And we challenged our guys to step up and stop the run and try to make them a one-dimensional offense. Had fewer opportunities in the kicking game to demonstrate that. But again, that was a point of emphasis throughout our football team.
Is there a part of you that wonders where has that been more often this season?
Not really. I think the biggest thing that we've tried to emphasize is just to be more consistent as a football team, and that's probably been the biggest issue for us. We've shown signs of playing the way we want to play at a number of different times this year, and then other times certainly we haven't. And then that's happened within games. That's happened over the course of games. But none of that is relevant right now. What's relevant is what we do from this moment forward. Even yesterday's game is not real relevant to us right now. We're getting ready for the next challenge.
Coach, having been in these situations before with so much on the line in one individual game coming up this Sunday, how do you keep your team? What's the best advice for keeping your team loose?
Yeah, I think the thing we emphasize maybe more than anything else is just focus on what we can control right now. A lot of people worry about what happened in the past or what may or may not happen in the future, and so we try to lock in on Monday. We have to have a great Monday, so lock in our meetings and our walkthrough, our preparation, our cleaning up of the game against the Rams, our preparation for the Eagles that starts today, and just lock in on that and focus on what we need to do to be our best as players, coaches, and a football team.
With so much on the line, is it a playoff mentality now? Is it like a playoff game or essentially a playoff game?
Yeah, again, our approach is really the same every day. We want to come in here and be our best. And obviously it's a great challenge for us to go up to Philadelphia, play against a division rival. So we're going to do everything we can on Monday to be our best as coaches and players to get ready for this challenge.
When you look at the tape and see how you were able to contain Aaron Donald, was it Philo or Zach Martin, or because he lines up everywhere, is it really a collective bunch?
Yeah, I think it was a combination of things. We have great respect for him. He is a great football player, and he's been the Defensive Player of the Year in the National Football League for a reason. He's hard to block. He's hard to block in the running game. He's hard to block when he's getting after the quarterback. And again, we challenged those guys up front to get after their guys on the defensive line. We needed that in the game. And it was not only Aaron Donald, but the other guys too. And I thought Xavier Su'a-Filo did a really good job against him. Zach Martin did a really good job against him when he lined up as the ends. At different times in the game, our tackles did a good job against him. Travis Frederick had a really good physical presence in our pass protection, helping on him. They do a really good job trying to create one-on-ones up front. And so it wasn't like we were able to help whoever was blocking him throughout the game. Sometimes we had some singles and we had to block them, and our guys consistently did a good job of that, again, both in the run game and the pass game. He still shows up. He's a great football player. But our guys did a good job being physical across the board up front, and that was a big factor in this ball game.
When you look at what y'all did with the run game and controlling the clock, do you see this as what you've wanted to do for a while, but it's been hard getting behind early in so many games?
Our approach every week is to attack different ways, and it starts with run and pass. We want to be able to run the ball effectively. We want to be able to throw the ball effectively, and that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to run for a lot of yards or throw for a lot of yards. Sometimes the game prevents you from being 30 runs, 30 passes, just the way it goes. But you want to be effective in both areas. And obviously we ran the ball more in this game, and we were able to control the game because of that. But we made some big plays in the passing game in critical moments. Not only convert third down, score down in the red zone a number of different times. So the passing numbers weren't very gaudy, but we were pretty efficient and we were pretty productive in the passing game as well.
Coming back from the knee injury, Antoine Woods made a big impact in stopping the run up front. What were your thoughts on his production and what made him so effective?
He just played well. He's a good football player. He was very active in there. We had to be fundamentally sound. We had to be disciplined. I thought we did a good job of that across our front. And I thought the guys not only did that, but then they made plays within that, and he was a good example of that. He was in his gap, but at the end of the down, he got away from his guys. He shed the block and made the tackle, and he did that over and over and over again, and really provided a presence in there for us. Again, not only a disciplined presence, but a playmaking presence.
You've mentioned fundamentally sound and discipline a couple of times. Had that not shown up in previous couple of weeks when teams were gashing you against the run?
It's really been the foundation of our defense. It's what we've been all about. That's why we've been a good defense. It's why we've been a good run defense. And, at different times, for different reasons, we haven't been as good as that in that area. And so we just have to get back to that. You have to do that on a consistent basis, play in and play out, to be a great run defense in this league. And I thought we did a good job of that yesterday.
I think it was Sean yesterday in terms of helping guys get lined up, helping Jalen, those kinds of things in the run game.
Sean was very impactful in the game. He made a number of plays, a number of tackles. Obviously, he made the big interception. He had a sack. He was really all over the place. But, a big part of his impact on our team is what you're talking about, the communication. He's so smart. He's so well prepared. And I think those guys do a good job communicating together, he and Jalen. They work well together. And I thought we did a good job getting everybody lined up, particularly against their tempo. Getting our hand on the ground, getting our cleats on the ground, getting ready to go, getting ready to come off the ball and hit those guys. We did that consistently well throughout the game.
Can you put a finger as to why you guys have been so successful in Philadelphia throughout your tenure as the head coach?
It really doesn't matter. What matters is what we do this week, and what matters is our preparation today. We're excited for the challenge.
Troy said on the telecast that Dak told him before the game he had a hairline fracture in that index finger. Can you speak to the challenges that a quarterback has? I don't know if you have any personal experience with that, but the challenges that presents for a quarterback to try to play with that.
I've never had a hairline fracture to my finger to throw, but I think a lot of quarterbacks have had jammed fingers and they dealt with different things, and it's hard. Obviously, having the ball in your hand and feeling good is a big part of throwing the ball well. And but Dak's a tough guy. Dak's a physically tough guy. He's a mentally tough guy. And so whatever he's dealing with, he doesn't let a lot of people know about it. He goes out and does his job, and he was able to do that again yesterday.
Is it a fracture? Does he have a fracture in his finger?
I don't want to get into the medical part of it. I do know that he has a little injury to his index finger, and again, but he works through it, and he does what he needs to do.
Can you talk about the importance of your team having a shared mindset? A couple guys after the game mentioned that you made a pregame speech that focused on picking each other up. How important is that mental continuity for your team going into battle?
Yeah, I think it's important for any team. You're going to have success in games. You're going to have adversity in games. That's the greatness of the National Football League. It's hard. It's hard every snap. And the best teams I've been around have units who pick each other up, within the offensive unit, within the defensive unit, within the special teams unit. You guys are all picking each other up. But then also, hey, the offense is struggling a little bit, the defense does something. The defense is struggling, the offense does something. Something's going wrong in the kicking game, both sides help them. Sometimes the kicking game is helping the other unit. So that's what the best teams do. And you keep scratching, you keep clawing, you keep fighting for 60 minutes. And you're constantly picking each other up because adversity is going to happen.
Here's a little more clarity on the injury status of the guys you came out of yesterday's game.
Yeah, Luke Gifford has a fracture in his arm, so he's going to be out for a little bit. We don't know what his status will be on the roster. We're still kind of waiting to make that decision. C.J. Goodwin has a fracture in his thumb, and he's in the process of getting surgery here this afternoon, so hopefully that will be better. We'll see what he's able to do with that here in the next couple of days leading up to this ball game. Who else am I missing?
Joe Thomas.
Yeah, Joe Thomas. We'll see. We'll take a situation day by day. Knee and also possibly a contusion that he's dealing with. So we'll just see what his status is as we go.
Do you need to add linebacker depth?
Yeah, probably.
Is it how hard is it to find guys at this time of year?
It is what it is.
Can you still poach off practice squads at this point? Is that allowed?
My understanding is that you can, yes.
Just getting back to Dak's finger just for a second. Did that affect any of his throws, like some of the that you know of in practice? Did it affect any of his accuracy at all yesterday?
I don't think so.
The wide receiver production, I think it was 22 yards among your top three guys. Surprised you're able to be as efficient running the ball when you didn't have that production, or were their numbers a product of how well you ran the ball?
Yeah, I just think it was a function of how the game went. I think we rushed for over 260 yards in the game. We ran it 45 times. So there were limited opportunities in the passing game. I think we threw it 23 times. Those guys, when they had opportunities, they got open. When they had opportunities to catch the ball, they made the plays. Coop made an unbelievable play on that third down when Dak scrambled to his right, climbing the ladder and making a contested play like that. So those guys did a great job in the running game, consistently blocking safeties and backers, and they were a big part of the success running the football. And that's the dirty work we're talking about, to go in and do your job like that. And those guys played well in the game in that regard.
Not that you have time to sit and reflect on where a catch ranks, but was that one of the more impressive catches that you saw Witten make yesterday?
That was a hell of a play. That was a hell of a play. It was a good throw. I mean, obviously you probably want the ball out a little bit more in front, but there wasn't a lot of space out there, and Dak did a good job ripping it in there. And Witt's just a great player, and he's just one of those guys who somehow, some way finds a way to get the job done, whether it's as a run blocker, a pass protector, or running routes and catching the ball down the field. So, I don't know that we've seen him make that exact play before, but we've seen him make a lot of different plays to help our team, and that certainly was a big one for us. It was important for us to be able to cash in on that drive. So to convert that on third down and cash in for a touchdown was big.
His reaction, I don't know how many times he's actually spiked the ball in his career, but did that surprise you at all as you go back and think about and what that moment meant? Do you think he was trying to send a message?
I don't know if it surprised me. He's probably as passionate a player as I've ever been around. He puts so much in it. He loves the game, and sometimes he keeps those things in check when he has success. But I just think it's a sign of his passion and how much he loves the game, and it certainly was a big play for us.
2 years ago, Dak and Zeke kind of energized the team with being rookies, and it seemed like everybody kind of fed off of that. Did it go the other way as well when guys like Sean Lee make those plays and Witten make those plays?
Yeah, I think you're dead on. I don't think there's any question about that. Everybody has so much respect for those guys. Coaches do, players do. They're just the example of what you want on your football team. Their commitment to being as good as they can be each and every day, and their commitment to doing anything they can to help our football team. They're just inspirational guys, and they're damn good players, and they've been damn good players for a long time. And so when they get their opportunities, they're ready for them, and they make difference-making plays for us. They're very impactful. And Sean's play, the interception before the half, was big time, giving us a chance. It's 21-7 at that point. They're trying to go make it a one-score game, and we get the ball on the 9-yard line, we make it a 3-score game. So that was arguably as big a play as we had in the game. And he's showing his Pop Warner fullback exploits, spin moves, and giving him a leg and taking it away and all that. So pretty damn good.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Good to see you.
Thanks, Coach.